Down, Good Morning Northwest. Firefighters seem to be getting a handle on the Gray Fire, increasing containment again overnight. We'll have new information from inside the fire zone this morning.
We have a hot weekend ahead. We'll let you know when you could be expecting some relief coming up in your first alert weather forecast.
And this may now be the most famous mugshot in history. Our former President Trump said he was treated when he turned himself in to the Fulton County Jail. You are watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning. We're glad you're with us. I'm Derek Dice. Robin Nance has the morning off. It is Friday, August 25th. Spokane County still under a state of emergency as we continue to deal with major wildfires across the inland Northwest. New containment numbers overnight show more progress in the firefight, though, as the Gray Fire is now 68% contained. Our Marissa Rio is at the fire zone in Medical Lake, and she's joined now by a member of the Department of Natural Resources. Marissa?
Yes, I'm inside the fire zone now. The smell of smoke is strong out here. You can see fire officials working behind me. I'm with Alan Lebovitz, a fire official for the Gray Fire. Alan, thank you for being with us here this morning. What are firefighters doing now to not only put this fire out, but to make the community safe again?
So this is the long, hard part of the job where the crew behind me actually is looking for hot spots, so places that still retain heat. That's called gridding, and they actually have been working out here all night to find that.
And what is the progress like overnight?
So we've been making great progress. The cooler conditions and rain really helped quite a bit, and we're currently showing 68% containment with the same acreage for the fire.
And with higher temperatures in the coming days, what does that mean for the fire crews out here?
Yeah, that's really important information for us because we know that that increases the potential for flare-ups and more fire, and there's quite a bit of unburned fuel within the fire perimeter. So the work that they're doing back here is absolutely vital to reduce the chance that we do get flare-ups. We're feeling more and more confident, though, as we get a handle on this.
Thank you. We will be live here again with Alan at 6:30. Reporting in Medical Lake, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Great to hear about them making such good progress, though. Here's Allison Martinez now with a look at those warmer temperatures for the weekend.
Good morning. It is shaping up to be a hazy morning, much like we've seen through much of this week. You can see we have a little bit of cloud cover, and that is only going to continue as we make our way through our afternoon. It is currently 58 in Spokane and 60 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Here are the 4 things to know for your Friday. We do have light rain that is possible throughout the region. You can expect a hazy Friday, and the 90s are on their way, and you can also expect some rain next week. Now, we're taking a look at current air quality, and we're pretty consistently in the moderate range. This is great news, some great improvement from what we saw earlier this week, and we can expect to be here for quite a bit. Now, as we take a look at our live radar, you can see it is pretty dry throughout the region, though we could be seeing some chances of precipitation as we make our way throughout the afternoon, but we'll have more on that coming up in your first alert weather forecast. Now, as we take a look at our highs throughout the region, you can see we're in the 80s, 85 in Moses Lake, 86 in Grand Coulee, 83 in Kellogg. It's quite a warm day, but it is going to get hot. Well, not warm, but hot very soon. Now, as we take a look at our Friday planner, you can see we're having a hazy morning, and as we make our way through the rest of the day, it is going to be pretty cloudy. We have a high of 83 degrees.
You know, we had seen photos prior, and so we were kind of prepared, but we still get emotional.
How could you not? We're now approaching 1 week since the Gray Fire tore through communities near Medical Lake, leaving complete devastation in its path. Everyone evacuated Medical Lake has been allowed to return home. Level 1 or Be Ready evacuations remain as fire crews continue to fight the Gray Fire. We spoke with families along Silver Lake. Many of their homes have been absolutely leveled, and at most of these properties, all you can see is the chimney still standing. Randy and Adrian Cruz came to sift through the debris looking for anything salvageable. For Randy, this is the only place he's ever called home. It was built by his father and passed down to him 20 years ago. When they packed to leave, they never thought they'd return to this.
Yeah, even packing, we're just like, this happens to other people, you know. Yeah, and even when we're grabbing things, we're just like, I don't want to have to put that back, you know, or that's a hassle to, you know, bring back.
The Cruzes said, excuse me, one of the things they'll miss the most is the wooded area that was across from their home. They spent lots of time hiking and biking in those woods and even getting engaged up there. The Cruzes say they plan to rebuild and hope to see their tight-knit community rebuild with them. All right, this now is the evacuation map for the Oregon Road fire near Elk, which is now 16% contained. Everyone in the yellow area needs to get ready to leave. That's a level 1 evacuation notice. Level 2 evacuation notice. The green area needs to stay aware. That's a level 1. The Oregon Road fire has burned over 11,000 acres. Now, some families have returned to see their homes destroyed by the Oregon Road fire. Coming up and a little bit later, we'll share the story of one family who says insurance actually won't pay for their damages. For anyone impacted by the Gray or Oregon Road fires, a disaster assistance center is opening today to help people find the services they need. It opens at Spokane Falls Community College at noon, and it'll be open until 6 p.m.
And new from the Breaking Now desk, this morning, Donald Trump is now the first current or former U.S. president with a mugshot. And take a look at your screen here. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office releasing this photo of the former president following Trump's surrender at the county jail on charges that he conspired with others to reverse his 2020 Georgia election defeat. Trump describing his roughly 20-minute arrest and booking as a, quote, terrible experience in a phone interview with Newsmax.
I came in, I was treated very nicely, but it is what it is. I took a mugshot, which I never heard the words mugshot. Didn't teach me that at the Wharton School of Finance.
Trump was then fingerprinted and assigned an inmate number. A Trump advisor says the former president self-reported his appearance details ahead of the time to speed up the process, recording a height of 6'3", 215 pounds, with blonde or strawberry hair and blue eyes. Trump was then released on a $200,000 bond with conditions including a pledge not to threaten potential witnesses, even on social media. Before boarding his plane back to New Jersey, Trump insisting he had a right to challenge the 2020 election, defending himself and the 18 indicted co-defendants.
What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is requesting an October 23rd trial start date for all 19 co-defendants. Prosecutors are also aiming for Trump to enter a plea at an arraignment in early September. Right now, we do not know if he would have to attend that in person. And Trump's presidential campaign is now using the mugshot to fundraise and sell merchandise like T-shirts, bumper stickers, and more. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Well, a new road construction project will begin impacting traffic on the Maple Street Bridge Sunday. Take a look at this map. The first phase of the $4.7 million project will take about 2 weeks and will resurface the northbound lanes of the bridge. During the project, northbound lanes will close at 8 p.m. and will reopen at 6 a.m. Drivers can take the Monroe Street Bridge to avoid the construction. The first phase will last until September 9th, with the complete project expected to last until mid-November. We'll continue to keep up to date with any changes to this project on KXLY.com. So if you're commuting before 6 a.m., you will want to be aware of that. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:07. Back over to Allison Martinez once again as we take a look at that radar here on your Friday morning.
Yeah, we're expecting some light chances of rain throughout the region. We'll let you know how long you could expect this rain to stick around coming up in your first alert weather forecast.
And attorneys for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students have again asked a judge to throw out the indictment. Why Brian Koberger's defense thinks the case should be dismissed. And how a murder for hire plot in Florida led to the arrest of a woman in the Tri-Cities when Good Morning Northwest continues.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding a great parking spot. Yes. Or winning the lottery. Your wins add up, just like earning 3.50% APY in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Today I'm going to ask you to use your lawn chemicals sparingly. Some examples are pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers. When the fertilizers and pollutants get into our waterways, they can impact the fish and impact our drinking water. So let's keep our waterways clean. Pollutants into the storm drain affect our fish and our wildlife and the overall health of our community. Some examples of pollutants are motor oils, RV dumps, paints.
To learn more about stormwater tips, go to SpokaneStormwater.org.
Get a free Makita Impact Driver Kit or a tabletop pellet grill now when you build a deck with wood decking or TimberTech or Trex composite deck and railing from Par. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
Are you ready for some fun? Come to the North Idaho Fair, where there are acres of fun for everyone. From thrilling concerts to heart-pumping monster truck shows. It's all here. Exciting rides, games, and delicious food. Don't forget about the rodeo, where you can watch cowboys and cowgirls show off their skills. There's a jetpack water stunt show, pig racing, as well as magicians, hypnotists, and more to keep you entertained. Bring the kids to Adventureland. They'll enjoy a petting zoo and hands-on farming experiences. The North Idaho Fair has something for everyone. So come join us for acres of fun.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. New COVID-19 vaccines will likely hit drugstores in mid-September. The Food and Drug Administration is expected to give its nod to the updated vaccines in just a few weeks. Then an advisory committee with the CDC will make its recommendation. If and when the CDC director signs off, those vaccines can be administered. Biden administration officials say these shots have been tweaked to fight the current crop of circulating variants. Right now, the U.S. is seeing an uptick in COVID-19 cases. Volunteer firefighters have been tackling devastating fires in Greece this week. Video footage from the islands of Kyriaki and Styria show terrifying flames lighting up the night sky and people with hoses desperately trying to put them out. Further north, a group of 18 migrants were found dead near the village of Avantas today. Hundreds of fierce wildfires have swept across the country in recent days, fueled by high temperatures and whipped up by gale-force winds. Newly released body camera footage from the Tri-Cities shows the moments police arrested a woman accused of killing her ex-husband in a murder-for-hire plot in Florida. Video shows federal agents arresting 36-year-old Shanna Lee Gardner at her family's home in West Richland, where she moved after the murder. Jared Bridegan, a 33-year-old Microsoft executive and father of 4, was gunned down in front of his 2-year-old daughter in Jacksonville Beach last year.
Good morning and happy Friday. Here is your 10-second takeaway. Today you can expect hot conditions with some haze moving throughout the region. We do have some chances of very light rain, and our high for the day is 83 degrees.
Well, you heard it first here on 4 News Now. For the second time in less than a month, Bryan Kohberger's attorneys have asked a judge to throw out the indictment. Kohberger was in court earlier this week, waiving his right to a speedy trial. That means he won't go on trial in October as scheduled. Shortly after, his attorneys filed a motion to dismiss the indictment. The document that lists the 24 reasons why they think it should be dismissed is sealed, but we know the defense cites the following general reasons: a biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct by withholding evidence. The judge is set to hear on the defense team's first motion to dismiss in early September. No hearing on the new motion has been set. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13. We'll take an in-depth look at the winners and losers of the first GOP debate and whether or not former President Trump's arrest is affecting him in the polls next.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Yes, that's what American Family Insurance is for. He's the wise twin.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Drive new Subaru models with 4.9% financing at AutoNation Subaru.
You'll find bright lights and rodeo nights at this year's Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains, Montana, Labor Day weekend, August 31st through September 3rd. Bring the whole family for the best country fair around, right on the scenic Clark Fork River, where admission is always free. The Sanders County Fair is all about delicious food, creative displays, 4-H animals, a wonderful carnival, exciting rodeo action, and the carnage at the Clark Fork Demo Derby. Plan to make great family memories on the greenest grass in Montana Labor Day weekend at the Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains.
The Labor Day mattress savings are kicking off this week at Walker's Furniture. And this year, Walker's is offering some of the biggest discounts they've ever offered on America's favorite brands like Serta and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, 5 years no-interest financing was brought in with no money down and no minimum purchase needed. So you can start sleeping better and pay for it later with no money down, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. On now this week at Walker's.
Does your current roof have moss growing on it? Is it worn out or tattered? Have you recently seen the heat and electric bills going up? Then it may be time for you to get a new roof from McVeigh Brothers. McVeigh Brothers is the only 5-star certified select shingle master contractor in the Inland Northwest. We also have great financing options to help you out, like no money down and up to 12 years low interest financing. So you can get everything you want now and pay for it later. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. Tina Turner's triumphant story is live on stage in the mega hit musical direct from Broadway. Prepare to be ecstatically blown away. September 19th through 24th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. On sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Yes, that's what American Family Insurance is for. He's the wise twin.
Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water wise this summer.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Trump's legal problems have not appeared to hurt him in the polls as the 2024 presidential campaign enters a new chapter following Wednesday night's debate. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
As former President Trump was being booked in Georgia, his closest Republican rival, Ron DeSantis, back on the campaign trail in Iowa. Throwing softballs at the Field of Dreams baseball field, reluctant to criticize Trump.
I think those investigations are casting too much of a shadow on the Republican primary. I mean, you're here, you're meeting voters, the former president's getting arrested.
Well, but here's the thing. It's so candidates got to decide how much are they going to indulge with some of this.
A new survey finds Republican primary voters thought it was DeSantis who had the best debate performance Wednesday night.
You don't take somebody like Fauci and coddle him. You bring Fauci in, you sit him down, and you say, Anthony, you are fired.
But the survey of Republican voters also found Nikki Haley gained the most potential supporters, going from 30% saying they might support her to 47%. Another debate standout, Vivek Ramaswamy, whose campaign says has already raised $450,000 off his performance. The biotech entrepreneur facing numerous attacks from the other candidates.
I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT.
Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie.
Former Vice President Mike Pence says you can expect to see the same combative tone from him at the next debate.
Your last boss was a rookie. He had on-the-job training, a businessman who had never been elected, who had no foreign policy experience. Why is it disqualifying for Vivek Ramaswamy and not for Donald Trump in 2016?
Well, I think it's, we're living at a different time.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
All right, we are taking another live look here over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. You see the sun shining off the facade there of the building, and we're starting to warm up here a little bit. We do have a little bit of those hazy skies out there. Are those going to stick around, do you think?
Yeah, we're going to have widespread haze throughout the rest of the day, and these conditions will continue through Saturday and Sunday. You can see it's hazy, but it's also sunny. We have a high of 83 today. We have winds at 5 to 7 miles per hour, and I want to emphasize that these winds are pretty consistent region-wide. We're going to be seeing, this is kind of the height of our winds, and it's going to die down as we approach the evening and also the weekend, which is great news for keeping a lookout for fire weather. Now, as we look at our forecast for tonight, we have a low of 55 degrees. It's going to be a clear night, but we will be seeing that haze as well, particularly as we near the morning. And again, winds 5 to 7 miles per hour. Now, as we take a look at our smoke forecast, you can see the way that a lot of that smoke is kind of leaving our area predominantly. We will be seeing some haze, but overall, a lot of that smoke is in the light range, which is great news. Now, we are tracking some chances of precipitation moving throughout our region today. You can see around 2 p.m. is kind of where we're going to see the height of it, closer to Spokane, but that's going to be about a 40% chance, and that rain is going to be very, very light, practically a mist if anything. So nothing too drastic, but at this point, we will take any moisture we can get for our current conditions. And like I said, as we reach 6 p.m., it's going to be pretty dry throughout our area. Now, as we move into our temperatures at the current moment, you can see we're in the 50s throughout the area, 52 in Spokane Valley, 50 in 9 Mile, and we'll heat up to the 80s for our highs today. It is going to be a hot one, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek of just how hot it is actually going to get. We're going to reach temperatures of 93 on Sunday and 96 on Monday. It is a hot weekend ahead, but we will cool down and also get some chances of rain as we approach the next week.
Yeah, okay. We'll keep our fingers crossed for more of that rain. It was so nice to have just like a few days ago. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:20. It's been 3 weeks, if you can believe it, since the collapse of the Pac-12 conference, and the Cougs still haven't found a new home. Our Julian Minnesone sat down with former WSU and Oregon Athletic Director Bill Moos for his thoughts on conference realignment. We'll share part of that special report after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
A local family's lives shattered by a shocking diagnosis.
Like adult dementia, it's just with your kids.
A cruel twist of fate for not one son, but 2, and the dramatic steps they're taking to raise awareness and hopefully buy time. Tuesday, only on Good Morning Northwest. 4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now. 4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
Has your dishwasher let you down lately?
Fred's has closeout Bosch dishwashers on sale. Fred's also has models you won't find at the box stores.
Bosch means quality and innovation. New Bosch dishwashers quietly deliver sparkling dishes.
With features like third rack and a new drying system that even dries plastic, Bosch raises the bar for dishwashers.
Fred's has more dishwashers in stock than you'll see anywhere. Come in and see us today.
Progressions Credit Union is here to give you the 411 on how you can earn 4.11% APY with Kasasa Cash Checking. It's easy. Qualify to earn rewards like ATM surcharge refunds up to $25 for doing everyday account activities. Activities like 1 direct deposit or ACH deposit or withdrawal, 12 monthly debit card transactions, and enrolling in e-statements. Call or go to progressionscu.org today and ask about our limited time offer of $200 cash bonus when you open a Kasasa account.
I'm Mark Peterson. Research shows that older adults want to stay in their homes for as long as possible. But as we age, our needs change. There are modifications you can make to allow elderly individuals to stay in a home comfortably and safely. For tips, tools, and resources, visit this website.
Well, as you know, the Pac-12 is the latest victim of conference realignment in college sports. 6 schools announced they were leaving the Pac-12 in just the last 2 weeks, including Washington and Oregon. This leaves Washington State searching for answers about its future. But the collapse of the conference didn't happen overnight. WSU has gone on record to say poor leadership doomed the conference as far back as 12 years ago. Before that guy, George Kliavkoff, was even in charge. In 2011, Texas and Oklahoma wanted to join the Pac-12. But the conference refused to give each school a larger share of the TV revenue stream. Sports Director Julian Minnesone sat down with former WSU and Oregon Athletic Director Bill Moose to discuss the failures of the conference.
I think the Big Ten expanding their footprint to the East Coast. And then down in the SEC, they were expanding their footprint as well and getting some really big brands. And we were just out here just kind of resting on our laurels a little bit and got bypassed, and seems like we couldn't catch up.
Our Julian Minnesone took a deep dive into conference realignment and the impact on college athletics. You can click on this story on KXLY.com to watch his full report. You can also find Julian on Facebook and Twitter as well. Well, as school gets back in session, we will start to see the familiar yellow buses on the streets again. But more and more districts are moving to a more climate-friendly alternative, an electric bus. ABC's Ginger Z has the story.
School buses are the largest form of public transportation in our country. About 26 million children ride them each day. But now, some of them are going to look and sound a lot different. Electric buses are coming to schools all across the nation.
The number of kids that are able to go back to school in electric bus is at least twice as high as it was a couple of years ago, which is really, really great news.
According to the World Resources Institute's Electric School Bus Initiative, there are 500,000 school buses in the United States. And so far, school districts have received money for almost 6,000 electric alternatives. If school buses become fully electric, like the whole fleet, it would take carbon emissions down by 9 million tons. That's like taking 2 million cars off the road.
Electric school buses, even accounting for the current grid emissions, have half as much greenhouse gas emissions as any other type of bus on the road.
The buses are expensive and districts will need chargers, but Gander says that schools will save money on fuel in the long run. Those in favor of electric buses say that it's not just about helping the planet. The EPA warns that exposure to diesel exhaust can contribute to asthma. Gander said they want to switch the entire bus fleet to electric by 2030. So next school year, your child's bus could look a little bit different. With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
Now, Spokane Public Schools are using a new bus service called Zoom this school year, though their fleet will be diesel to start with. Zoom says the company aims to make its fleet entirely electric by 2027. By the way, Liberty School District down in Spangle, they already started school yesterday. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26. Before we head to another break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an alarming health advisory for Tough Mudder racers. More than 70 people falling ill after completing the course at Sonoma Raceway in Northern California last weekend.
12 of the 13 people that I went with got this.
Reports of rash, fever, muscle pain, nausea, and vomiting came flooding into the county health department 24 hours after people competed in the race.
When I looked at my skin, I noticed a lot of like blisters and kind of bumps, basically anywhere that was exposed a lot to the mud and the soils.
Health officials say this could be a range of illnesses, from mild irritation to staph infections. So what do racers need to know to stay healthy in the future? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kana Whitworth, ABC News.
Type 2 diabetes?
Discover the Ozempic Trizone.
In my Ozempic Trizone, I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events, such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease. And you may lose weight. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Join the millions already taking Ozempic. Ask your healthcare provider about the Ozempic Trizone.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are encouraging you to once again wear red on Friday. Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us every freedom we enjoy as Americans. Stop into any Global branch and pick up a red pin to show your support. Then wear red every Friday from now until September 11th. Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
Summer is for the board members, beach ballers, even the tanning betters. AutoNation Toyota is here to make your summer even more exciting. Save on the cars and trucks you want. Drive a new Toyota with 3.99% APR financing. Plus, we'll buy your car for top dollar and pay you on the spot. Hurry to AutoNation Toyota or AutoNation.com today. What drives you drives us. AutoNation Toyota.
Tina, the Tina Turner Musical. See her triumphant story and prepare to be ecstatically blown away. Direct from Broadway. September 19th through 24th at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Well, it's now been 1 week since the Gray Fire began ripping through the Medical Lake community. New containment numbers overnight show more progress in the firefight as the fire is now 68% contained. Our Marissa Rio is live now inside the fire line with a member of DNR. And Marissa, what's it look like out there?
Well, the smell of smoke is really strong out here. You can see firefighters working behind me. I'm here with Alan Lebovitz, a fire information officer for the Gray Fire. Alan, what are some of the dangers the public should know about?
So this is still an active fire zone, and as you can see, we have firefighters out here. In fact, they've been out all night working to find hot spots and to mitigate those. And so the public really needs to be aware that there are crews working. They also need to notice that, as you see, there's a number of trees that have been felled. There are trees that are being felled periodically. There are also trees that have been damaged that could fall, and so they really need to be aware of those hazards. So we really appreciate that people that don't have to come into the fire do not. And so if you don't live here, please don't come in at this point. It's still a level 2 evac notice.
And you mentioned that these firefighters here have been working all night. It's been a week. They've been working long days. How are the fire crews doing?
So you're right. They've been working extremely hard all night. We do our best to take care of them, though. So when they come back into camp, they're fed really well. They do get as much rest as possible. And then our leadership takes particular care to make sure that their mental health is actually being taken care of as well.
And what are the fire crews doing right now?
So what you see behind us is, like I said, they're looking for hot spots using a technique called gridding, which is a search pattern to find places that may flare up. And then once they find them, they dig them out. There's fuel underground that's burning. They expose that to air, and then it consumes, and that mitigates the chances that it'll flare up in the future.
And with warmer temperatures ahead, what does that mean for firefighters?
Well, it means the work that we're doing now is particularly important. We want to reduce as much heat as possible before temperatures increase and humidities decrease, which increases fire activity. The other thing is that we need to be aware that new fires can start, and so these crews are also available for what's called initial attack in case we do get new fires.
Thank you, Alan, for being with us this morning. We will give you any new information as soon as it becomes available. Reporting in Medical Lake, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Yeah, lots of great stuff there. Thank you. All right, now to Allison Martinez. We'll look at our weekend forecast.
We're taking a look at our live conditions. You can see we have a little bit of haze going on throughout the region and a little bit of cloud cover. Both of those we can expect to continue as we move throughout our day and throughout our weekend. It is currently 58 degrees in Spokane and 60 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Now, here are the 4 things to know for your Friday. Starting off, we do have some light rain that will be possible today. You can expect a hazy Friday ahead. We do have temperatures in the 90s on the way, and you can also expect some rain next week, which we are very excited for. Now let's take a look at our air quality. You can see we're in the moderate range throughout the region. We've been here pretty consistently the last day or two, and it's looking as though we are going to stay here, which is great news. Now here are the highs for the day today. 85 in Moses Lake, 83 in Spokane, 83 in Kellogg. We're really in the 80s region-wide, and it is only going to get hotter from here. Now let's take a look at your Friday planner. You can see, like we said, hazy conditions this morning, and as that haze kind of dies down, we will just be seeing a lot of cloud cover throughout the region. Our high for the day is 83 degrees.
Well, the state of emergency continues in North Spokane County. People in the Elk area have started to return home to see what's left of their homes destroyed by the Oregon Road fire. Let's get to Sydney Charles. She's live at the Breaking Now desk with a story of one local family who received some pretty infuriating news from their insurance company, Sydney.
That's right. The Zimmerly family, who has lived in Spokane County for 40 years, had 4 generations living on their property when the flames arrived. And on your screen now is what they returned home to. Cars melted down, their homes burned to the rubble, completely gone. Bill Zimmerly, the property owner, gave 4 News Now a tour of the land, showing where his living room and his shop once stood. He shared that the items that need to be replaced will cost thousands and thousands of dollars, but he says his insurance company won't cover the repairs.
We called them up and they just says kind of, well, you know, we looked over your policy and it does not cover wildfires, so you're on your own.
So all this, these repairs,
35 years of home insurance for nothing.
all these repairs are going to have to come out of pocket.
Yep. Every one of them, yep.
His family told 4 News Now they plan to rebuild everything they lost exactly the way it was. And this fire continues to burn in the Elk area, but containment on this fire has grown overnight. The Oregon Road fire is now 16% contained. And take a look at the latest evacuation map. Those you can see in red on your screen are still under Go Now evacuations. Everyone in the yellow area needs to get ready to leave. Everywhere in green, people need to stay aware there. And the Oregon Road fire has burned over 11,000 acres, and this morning I learned from Pacific Northwest Team 3, the incident command for this fire, that over 1,000 people are on the ground helping tackle the flames. And you can find updates on this fire and more Fire Watch coverage on our website at alltimeskxly.com. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Boy, a lot of people checking those homeowners insurance policies right now for sure. As the 2 major wildfires continue to burn in Spokane County, you'll hear us and official sources share progress on the fires in terms of containment. On KXLY.com/firewatch, we break down what that containment term actually means when it comes to these fires. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37. Let's send it back over to Allison Martinez. And yes, again, we're continuing this upward trend in our temperatures here.
That's correct, but what's going to follow is going to be good news to a lot of you. We'll have more information on that coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
And a Trader Joe's product facing recall, the crackers that might contain metal, when Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Great Floors is rolling out the red carpet and celebrating over 50 years with store-wide discounts and savings, including instant savings on Karastan products designed to inspire beautiful living. Want to recreate your space? Our team of experts will help you find the perfect flooring and tile for every room, including a huge selection of Karastan carpet and LVP. We also offer 12-month financing. Visit our showroom today and celebrate life on Great Floors.
Wow, what a great vacation.
Yeah, no kidding. The new hotel, the casino, Maslow's Steakhouse.
Don't forget the triple head shower.
Trust me, I haven't. I feel a million miles away.
You're not.
I understand that.
I just ran home and fed the dog.
Don't ruin this for me.
The largest casino resort in the Pacific Northwest is right in your backyard thanks to our brand new River Tower Hotel in Northern Quest.
The new double pepperoni Crazy Crust pizza is so nice, we pepperonied it twice with classic and old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses and garlic parm crust you've got to see in slow-mo. Available for $8.99 only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
In the heart of the Pacific Northwest, where hard work meets rugged beauty, there's a family that relies on the best, relies on powerful Kubota tractors and personal equipment support. They stand for hard work and dedication, shown in their pastures and animals. From fertile valleys to steep hillsides, Adams Tractor is here to support the backbone of the Northwest. We are your trusted Kubota dealership, with 5 locations to serve your needs. Visit adamstractor.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Welcome back. The school board for the West Bonner School District in Priest River now says it's committed to fixing critical errors that put the district at risk, including getting its new superintendent certified. The Idaho Board of Education says Superintendent Brandon Durst is not qualified to hold his position, and the district is risking breaking state law by keeping him on. The school board says Durst will get emergency certification. Prior to being chosen as superintendent, Durst was an analyst for the right-wing Idaho Freedom Foundation and a former state lawmaker. 2 teenagers in Whitman County, just 13 and 14 years old, have been charged with setting a small but critical bridge on fire. That fire happened last Saturday just east of Pullman on Highway 270. Investigators say witnesses pointed to 2 teens being in the area at the time of the fire, both of whom are suspected of stealing from a grocery store in Pullman, as well as stealing a bike before that fire started.
Happy Friday. Here is your 10-second takeaway. Now, we do have heat today, and we do have some haze as well. Will be happening throughout the day. We have a chance of rain, and our high is 83 degrees.
A consumer alert now from Trader Joe's. The company says its multi-grain crackers with sunflower and flax seeds might contain metal. No injuries have been reported. The recalled boxes have best if used by dates from March 1st to March 5th of 2024. Customers who have the crackers should throw them out or return them to Trader Joe's to get a full refund. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:41, almost 6:42. Still ahead, Fairchild Air Force Base helping those who lost everything in a wildfire. How the base is coming together to help their fellow servicemen.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Floor Trader Outlet's Labor Day sale is going on now. Waterproof flooring starting at just 99 cents. Tiles starting at only 25 cents. The Floor Trader's Labor Day sale.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, save thousands of dollars on the best selection of trucks and SUVs during the big deal event this week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
I always get excited when my inventory looks this good.
And that means it's the perfect time to trade up. Plus, this week, get top dollar for your trade-in, including a minimum trade offer. And delay payments until November 1st. Today through this Monday at both Cal locations.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Spokane Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
I'm Kathy from Post Falls, Idaho. I lost 27 pounds and 32 inches. I was told I have a compromised liver and I might need to get a new liver. So I decided I would get my body in order to receive a new liver. Thanks to Spokane Weight Loss, I have done that. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Spokane Weight Loss today at 509-381-3388.
Set summer in motion with the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet, like the CR-V and the Accord, both with available hybrid powertrains, designed to deliver more thrilling performance and more innovative tech. Make every adventure more electrifying with Honda, the most awarded brand in Car and Driver 10 Best history. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The Floor Trader Outlet's Labor Day sale going on now. Laminate starting at only 69 cents. Carpet starting at just 39 cents. The Floor Trader's Labor Day sale.
Where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis. 4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
It's about 6:45. Many of the people affected by both the Gray and Oregon road fires are service members at Fairchild Air Force Base. Through Fairchild's Emergency Family Assistance Center, they're able to get what they need as they start their rebuilding process. Bronte Sorosky was at the base and shares what the Fairchild community is doing to help.
Well, with so many people returning home to find that nothing is left, Fairchild Air Force Base is doing everything that it can to help affected members of the Fairchild community.
As a whole, we lost our whole neighborhood.
Cheryl Stevens is a member of Team Fairchild. Her home was completely destroyed by the Gray Fire.
So I'm the housing chief for Fairchild Air Force Base. Irony is not lost on me.
As soon as the fire broke out almost 1 week ago, she knew to come to the Air Force Base.
When we came in, we were able to get snacks. We were able to get some water. They hooked me up with my prescription medication. That was it's these little things that you're not thinking of until you need to think of them.
Fairchild is operating something called EFAC, or the Emergency Family Assistance Center, giving Fairchild families affected by these wildfires mental health services, financial advice, food, water, anything they may need.
The EFAC has served well over 129 different families, and we continue to do so as long as there's a need for that.
Steve McMullen is Fairchild's school liaison program manager. He says escaping Medical Lake last Friday was a close call.
I had just finished hooking up a trailer to our truck, and the sheriff came through and said, get out. So we left, and all I could see, like when we were evacuating, was smoke and fire in like my rearview mirror, and that was our neighborhood.
He's also expressed his gratitude for the flood of support from Team Fairchild.
The outpouring of kindness and generosity it's awe-inspiring to me. It makes me a little teary-eyed because when you have nothing, anything helps.
And this emergency center will be operating for as long as families need it. Reporting at Fairchild Air Force Base, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Just so many heartbreaking stories from so many different families affected by these fires. All right, 13 minutes before the top of the hour, we're taking another live look over downtown Spokane. Sun is out. We mentioned it earlier. Liberty School District down in Spangle, the first of our local school districts to get going. Some local colleges are in here as well, but it's going to be, more and more people out on the roads in the mornings.
Right, and we're looking at a pretty comfortable start for our mornings today, and as we go throughout our week, nothing too crazy cozy though. As we always say, it is best to dress in light layers to account for those conditions. Today we have a high of 83 degrees. It is a sunny and hazy day. We're going to see those hazy conditions stay pretty consistent throughout our weekend. We have winds just 5 to 7 miles per hour today, and I want to emphasize how these light, calm winds are pretty consistent throughout our area. This is really the height of what we're going to see, and as we move throughout our weekend, we can see those winds calm down, which is great news for keeping a lookout for fire weather. Our low is 55 degrees today. It's going to be clear and then hazy in the night, and like I said, pretty calm winds. Now, as we take a look at our smoke forecast, you can see a lot of that smoke moving west. We do have a few patches that are kind of remaining in the area, but they are in the light range, so they shouldn't have too much of an impact when it comes to our air quality. Now, as we take a look at our forecast radar, you can see that we have a system that made its way, will be making its way to us by around 2 o'clock this afternoon is when we could be seeing some chances of precipitation, predominantly in Spokane. That will be about a 40% chance, but overall it is going to be very light rain, nothing too wild here, but we will take any moisture that we can get with the circumstances. And as we move into our night hours around 6 p.m. dinner time, it should be pretty dry region-wide, and that dryness will continue into our weekend. Now let's take a look at our current temperatures throughout the region. Pretty comfortable morning, 52 in Spokane Valley, 52 in Cheney, 52 in Spangle. Not too bad for a summer morning. And as we move into our highs, we are in the 80s region-wide, 85 in Meade, 84 in Spokane Valley, 82 in Post Falls. Now let's take a look at our planner to give you a better picture of what you can expect as we approach the weekend and the next week. We do have temperatures climbing into the 90s on Sunday. We have a high of 93 and a high of 96 on Monday. Luckily, as we reach the new week, we will be cooling down quite a bit, and we do have some chances of precipitation as well.
All right, Allison, yeah, I mean, not trying to downplay 96, but we dealt with 100 recently, right? So I think we can hopefully get through it.
For sure.
Right. Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:50 now. Your morning sprint is coming up next. We thank you so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Friday morning. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Visit AutoNation Acura Spokane Valley for attractive offers on a new vehicle.
We owe everything to our troops, past and present, for their honor, courage, and dedication. As a token of our appreciation, 4 News Now and Global Credit Union are encouraging you to once again wear red on Friday. Join us in recognizing our troops and their families for allowing us every freedom we enjoy as Americans. Stop into any Global branch and pick up a red pin to show your support. Then wear red every Friday from now until September 11th. Wear Red Fridays, brought to you by 4 News Now and Global Credit Union.
Despite the cape, Tom here has no actual superpowers. He just entered the Super Sevens giveaway at Northern Quest. Now he's got a shot at $77,777 this month and a Yukon Denali next month. So naturally, he feels super. And we're feeling lucky he's not in a full spandex bodysuit. The Super Sevens giveaway at Northern Quest. Get your free entries daily. Details at northernquest.com.
The Labor Day savings are kicking off early this week at Walker's Furniture.
And that means some of the biggest discounts of the year, as Walker's marks down all bedroom and living room furniture, as well as big savings on Serta and Beauty Rest mattresses. Plus, they brought in special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down and no minimum purchase, so you can get that furniture you want now and pay for it later.
This is one sale our regular customers wait all year for.
On now this week at Walker's.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, 6:53 on the dot. Let's get you ready to tackle your Friday and the weekend here in the morning sprint. Allison Martinez has your forecast to help you take on the weekend. Donald Trump's Georgia indictment marks his 4th this year and the first to require his mugshot photos. Sydney Charles has those details. And our fire watch coverage continues in Medical Lake this morning, where the Great Fire has burned over 10,000 acres. Let's get to Marissa Rio live with the latest details from DNR officials.
The Great Fire is now 68% contained. We are now in the fire zone. If you take a look, there's a lot of fallen trees. Fire crews have been working overnight to put out hot spots. These firefighters have found buried wood that has fire, so they are exposing it so the flame can burn out and then cool down. Fire officials ask that the public remembers that this is still an active fire. Do not come in unless you absolutely have to. Reporting in Medical Lake, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And this is the latest evacuation map for the Oregon Road fire near Elk, which is now 16% contained. Everyone in the yellow area needs to get ready to leave. Everyone in the green area needs to stay aware. The Oregon Road fire has burned over 11,000 acres. They now have over 1,000 personnel working to fight that fire. We also learned this morning that over 1,000 people are now working to control those flames. 80 structures have been lost in this fire, and some families have returned to see their homes completely destroyed. Now, for anyone impacted by the Gray or Oregon Road fires, a disaster assistance center is opening today to help people find the services they need. It opens at Spokane Falls Community College at noon. And as those 2 major fires continue to burn in Spokane County, you'll hear us and official sources share progress in terms of containment. On KXLY.com/firewatch, we break down what that term containment actually means.
And we're tracking details out of Georgia this morning. Donald Trump, now the first current or former U.S. president with a mugshot. Take a look at your screen here. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office releasing this photo of the former president following Trump's surrender at the county jail on charges that he conspired with others to reverse his 2020 Georgia election defeat. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is requesting an October 23rd trial start date for all 19 co-defendants. What happens next is coming up on Good Morning America.
The school board for the West Bonner School District in Priest River says it's committed to fixing critical errors that put the district at risk, including getting its new superintendent certified. The Idaho Board of Education says Superintendent Brandon Durst is not qualified to hold this position, and the district is risking breaking state law by keeping him on. The school board says Durst will get emergency certification. Prior to being chosen as superintendent, Durst was an analyst for the right-wing Idaho Freedom Foundation and a former state lawmaker. Well, you hear it here first on 4 News Now. For the second time in less than a month, Brian Kohberger's attorneys have asked a judge to throw out his indictment. Kohberger was in court earlier this week, waiving his right to a speedy trial. That means he won't go on trial in October as scheduled. Shortly after, his attorneys filed that motion to dismiss. The document that lists the 24 reasons they think it should be dismissed is sealed, but we know the defense cites the following general reasons: a biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, a lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct by withholding evidence. The judge is set to hear on the defense team's first motion to dismiss in early September. No hearing on the new motion has been set. 2 teenagers in Whitman County, just 13 and 14 years old, have been charged with setting a small but critical bridge on fire. It happened last Saturday just east of Pullman on Highway 270. Investigators say witnesses pointed to 2 teens being in the area at the time of the fire, both of whom are suspected of stealing from a grocery store in Pullman, as well as stealing a bike before the fire started.
We have some great news for firefighters coming from the weather desk. We could have some chances of moisture coming our way today. Now, as we make our way throughout the morning, we're starting off pretty dry, but as we approach the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock afternoon hour, we could be seeing some moisture scattered throughout the region. We're looking at a 40% chance in Spokane. Now, this rain is going to be pretty light rain that will clear out as we near the evening.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, what you need to know about the new COVID variant and when updated booster shots will be available. And a new road construction project will begin affecting traffic on the Maple Street Bridge Sunday. Take a look at this map. The first phase of that $4.7 million project will take about 2 weeks and will resurface the northbound lanes of the bridge. During the project, northbound lanes will close at 8 p.m. and reopen at 6 a.m. Drivers can take the Monroe Street Bridge to avoid that construction. The first phase will last until September 9th. Back with the final check of the weather next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, save thousands of dollars on the best selection of trucks and SUVs during the Big Deal event this week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
I always get excited when my inventory looks this good.
And that means it's the perfect time to trade up. Plus, this week, get top dollar for your trade-in, including a minimum trade offer, and delay payments until November 1st. Today through this Monday at both Cal locations.
She dances, she acts, and she is here, people.
I'm here,
Kelly. Yes, you are. Give it up for Jenna Dewan, y'all. Plus, a sneak peek at my guest role on The Rookie. They know me well.
You're the best, Kelly.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
It is a hazy but sunny morning in Spokane today. We will be seeing that haze continue into today and the rest of this weekend. Now we're taking a look at your planning forecast. What can you expect coming up? We do have temperatures reaching the 90s by Sunday, and that will continue into Monday where we'll have a high of 96. As we approach the new week, we will be seeing some relief in both temperatures and some chances of precipitation happening on Tuesday and Wednesday. But overall, it is going to be a warm weekend ahead.
All right, Allison, thank you so much. Hey, we recognize it's been a tough week for so many people with all these fires. Dedicating the script toss to all those firefighters who've been working so hard to keep all of us safe.